what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today we'll be talking about the Tyreek Hill saga. That was fun for about 45 minutes. Before we get started today, I just want to mention that you can follow on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast. And of course, check out the Patreon where you get bonus New York Jets content. Link down below, all that fun stuff in the description. All right, so this is no notes. This is just a reaction to what happened, the timeline, all that stuff, and why it's not Joe Douglas's fault. So today, around noon, we found out that, or a little before, I guess, we found out that the Kansas City Chiefs would not be extending Tyreek Hill. They were far apart on an extension, so instead they would be trading him, and the Jets and the Dolphins are the two teams that were in the mix for him, which first is just shocking. That's one, I'm surprised that they weren't able to reach an agreement with Tyreek Hill, as big of a part of that offense as he is. And number two, that the Jets were legit involved, and they were. They had a trade package accepted. Tyreek Hill chose to go somewhere else, so it's not like Joe Douglas didn't offer enough, and more on that in a little bit here. But so then we're kind of just waiting around. Tyreek Hill has to make his decision. The Kansas City Chiefs have accepted both packages. Where is he going to go? Is he going to go down to Miami, or is he going to come up to the New York Jets? And unfortunately, he chose the Miami Dolphins. But he's going to play with Tua, which Tua doesn't get the ball down the field. But the Miami Dolphins were at least a little bit more competitive than the Jets the last 2 years. There's no state income tax, which is just another thing that adds on top of these things, why people want to go, why players want to go to Florida. So like, that's probably a part of it too. But then it gets to the conversation, and there was legitimate conversation that the Jets didn't offer enough, which again isn't true, because they had their offer accepted, and everyone thought like, okay, the Jets make a ton more sense because they have 2 first-round picks, both their picks on the top 10, and the trade that was accepted did not give up either of those picks. It was pick 35, 38, 69, and their Jets were getting back like 103, something like that, and Tyreek Hill. It would have been a home run for Joe Douglas if they were able to get that done. And again, that offer is really good because you would be able to keep pick 4 and pick 10. So then maybe you do take an edge and Sauce Gardner at that point. And then guess what? You have your star wide receiver, and that's what he is. He's a top 5 wide receiver in football. His speed is just phenomenal, which would have been great in this offense. And now, just a little while later, once again, you have to say, all right, well, the AFC East got better. So how are we going to improve? Because Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill is going to be a dangerous 1-2 punch, no matter if Tua takes a step forward or not in his development. That's a very nice wide receiver tandem. But I'm just really sick and tired of hearing the notion that this is Joe Douglas's fault, that the Jets should have made this move. Like Mike Francesa, LOL. He came out and was like, the Jets should, that's a mistake. They should have traded for him, give up whatever it takes. What? Their package was accepted. The player decided to go somewhere else. It's not on Joe Douglas. It's not the same old Jets. It's a situation where a star player had the opportunity to pick between 2 places, and he chose the other one. It's not because the Jets didn't do enough in offering the trade, and they were prepared to give him a big contract extension. So it's not that Joe Douglas was cheap. It's not that Joe Douglas didn't want to give up his assets. It's none of the above. It's the player deciding that he wanted to go and wanted to do something else. So can everyone pump the brakes? Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, I'm pissed. I would have loved to have Tyreek Hill in this offense. He would have been tremendous. But you have to be able to pivot, and you have to be able to do something else now at this point. I'm glad that Douglas was in the mix and aggressive on this. For the millionth time in just this short video, the Jets had their package accepted. It wasn't about the Jets not offering enough. It wasn't about Joe Douglas not being interested enough. It was about Tyreek Hill, the player, deciding to go to another situation. And by the way, the Jets offered more by the point standards. Yes, they didn't give up a first-round pick, but Miami's first rounder was pick 29, and the Jets were giving up pick 35, 38, and 69. So it would have been a much bigger trade offer that the Chiefs were getting. So it's not like the Chiefs are like, hey, we want the first-round pick, go to Miami. No, it's literally just the player wanted to go somewhere else. That's it. That is the only reaction that you should have. If I see you blaming Joe Douglas, you're getting blocked. No, not really, but it's just It's a bit much. I get it. Jet fans are upset. It's a sucky day. You felt like you were used for leverage again, but supposedly the Jets were in it to the very end and they thought they had a legitimate shot to land him. He just chose Miami. So it is what it is. We pivot back to the NFL draft. Garrett Wilson, Traylon Burks, Drake London. Give me one of those guys. Let's do it. Subscribe here if you're new. Let me know your reaction to today down in the comments below. I'm Matt O'Leary and I'll talk to you next time.
Wow.